you might anticipate your opponent's move, but you know that they know that you anticipate their moves and they will anticipate something else. Hey everyone, this is Attackers. Today I would like to show you High Noon Heist, a game that will be on Kickstarter this week on Tuesday, which is March 19th, 2024. This is a Western-themed two-player card game where players compete over a set of heist locations using a unique set of characters to try to outthink their opponents. It plays in 15 minutes, about 15 to 20 minutes, and comes in this like really small tack box, so it's pretty cool for traveling actually. This is a pure two-player game, as I said, so it's a little bit tough to show it to you because I can't do a solo playthrough. But what I thought I will do, I will just set up like a sample game and I will kind of show you how to play it, and then we can, then I will give you like my short review of that, right? So it will just be like a small showcase without a playthrough this time. But I really want to show this to you because this is a pretty neat game. So in order to set it up, what we do is we have our jail and doctor's office card, we have the saloon and hideout, then we have like all of these loot cards here. Let me just take all of those. Oh, come on, there we go. So we have three different types of loot cards here. Let me just show you. So we have like these with like the coins. These are like double-sided and these are pretty much like all the same. So we will just put them right here. And then here we have, or let me put them like this. And then here we have like the different heist locations, right? You will go through all of them in the game. And you see like these have like marks here on the back. Like this has like one mark, this two, and these three. And what we do here, in order to set that up, we have like the one with the one mark here. We put that at the bottom here. Then we have the one with the two mark. We put those on top. And then we have the one with three marks here. And put them at the top as well, and then we just turn them over like this here, right? So now we have the ones with the one mark at the top, then with the two, and then the three, because these have like increasing levels, so to speak, right? And then we have two sets of cards here, a blue and a brown one. The blue ones, this is the law. The law will play on the side here with the doctor's office and the saloon. We have like a small player aid that I will explain to you in just a moment. And then we have like the hand cards, right? These are not, let me just put them in order right here. It's a little bit easier to have them in order for this showcase here. And this is like for the player on the side of the law. And then here we have like the outlaw player. Let me also put these just kind of in order. As good as I can. Well, I can put them in order completely. Just a little bit easier to show that off then. Also, the opponent also has a little reference card here, and then there 8 cards. And that's already set up. So you can see like the setup is like really, really quick here. Alright, I just fixed the camera angle a little bit. I think like this, it's better. And how the game works is actually pretty simple. So we have like these characters here in hand. There's the law character, as I said. You see like all these different characters here. And the characters all have like a number here. That's the strength. A higher strength wins the heist card here in the middle. Then we have like a rank here, right? So here we have like the like 1, 2, and like 1, 2, and these 3 arrows here. And for the outlaw, it's similar, just it's stars instead. That is important for specific heist cards or for specific abilities here. And on the reference cards, first of all, you see like the steps of a heist. I will explain that to you in just a moment. And then you also see like the opponent's cards. So you always know which cards the opponent has in hand, and also you know which cards the opponent has played. So you can really you have pretty much perfect information here. That is very interesting, actually. Very interesting concept. And how the game works is both of us will just take a card and put it face down right here next to the heist card. And of course, the other player will do the same, just like that, right? I'm not choosing the best cards right now, but I just want to show you how the game works. And then we turn them both over, like this. So now we do several things. First of all, what we do is we first resolve the abilities, and we always resolve the abilities of the lower rank character first. So the gambler here, the winner of this heist takes an additional coin. Would be kind of stupid to play it here now, but let's just say if we were the winner, then we would take an additional coin, and the coin represents a loot card. And loot cards are these. These are just worth 1. That's it, right? So if you could take an additional coin, then you would just take one of these loot cards. Also, one thing I forgot in setup, sorry about that. Each player already gets like 2 loot cards at the very beginning of the game. Usually what you would do Let me just put these cards aside here for now. We don't really need them like in frame. And usually you would put the loot cards right here, like this. 2 there, 2 here. And then when you get that loot card, you would get another one, an additional one, and put it right here, right? That's usually how it would work. Sorry about that confusion. All right, so what we do now is we resolve the other ability as well. Your rival's card. If your rival's card has 2 rank, which is the case, place it in the doctor's office, then take a coin, like a loot card. So like this, right? And what we then would do, then we would take a look at the characters that are still here. And then we would resolve the heist. That means like the winner of the heist is the one with the highest strength. Well, our character already is in the doctor's office. We are hurt, right? We were hurt by the bandit. That means we only have one character here. So that one wins the heist. If we still had our character here, the bandit will still win the heist because it has the higher rank, right? So lower rank starts with the resolving ability. The higher rank wins the heist. So, and this is a heist card. So at the top, you see like the location of the heist, bank or train station, whatever. And then you have 2 things here. This one at the bottom is the one thing you want to focus on. That tells you how much loot this is worth. This is worth 3 loot. These are only worth 1, right? You see here, like there are 3 of these money sacks here. And then there's also a condition for every card here. The winner goes into the doctor's office or the jail. Well, on the law side, it would be the doctor's office. On the outlaw side, it would be the jail. So that player, the outlaw player, would actually win this, put it right here in the loot pile, but would go to the jail. What does that matter? Well, doctor's office and jail, these will not come back to your hand because you actually have a card which is called No Show. Return this card and all the cards in the saloon to your hand. So if I play this, I can take all characters I have in my saloon back to my hand. When do characters go to the saloon or to the hideout? They go there if like we resolve the card here and nobody is like hurt or put in jail, then we just move them to the saloon, or in case of the outlaw player, to the hideout, right? Let's play like another 1 or 2 rounds so I can show you like how the game like continues working, and I think then you have a pretty good idea of the game because it's actually quite simple. So we have the next one here. Now we will actually like play a little bit tactically, right? I mean, I know both hands, but still. So 3 money sacks, that's a lot. That's like the highest it can be. And like the outlaw player, if it plays like 3 stars, it will also get an additional loot card. So 4 loot cards if the outlaw player plays a 3-star outlaw and also 3 money sacks. That tells me that most likely the outlaw will play the 6 or 7, right? The 6, it would discard 2 coins if it ties or loses. That's pretty bad, right? Because I still have my 7, right? So I can easily get this here. And the 7 would take a coin, like a loot card, if there are 3 cards in the saloon. That's not the case. But I now think, I think the opponent will probably play the 7 to like get all these 4 loot cards. What can I do there? Not a whole lot, because if I also play a 7, then we are tied, right? Let's say it would be like this. Then we would be tied, and the outlaws always win ties. That's kind of bad, right? So I know with this card I will not win. What I will have to do is to find some card that messes with their plan. So what I would probably do is play the Bounty Hunter, because the Bounty Hunter has low strength, so I will not get this card. But if your rival card has 3 stars, which I suspect they will do, place it in jail and then take a loot card. So I will probably play this. And whether or not I was right, I will see now, because the opponent will now play a card, and the opponent will actually play the 7 to like guarantee that loot card. The opponent should have known that I might play the 1, because I suspect they will play the 7, right? So they might have played something different, maybe something with 2 stars. That is still higher than the 1 then, right? So that would have been like a counter tactic. So you see this game becomes really tactical, and yeah, there's like a lot of like bluffing and deduction here. But let's say we would have done it like this. First we resolve my ability. If your rival's card has 3 stars, place it in jail. So this one is placed in jail. And what we usually do is you place them like this, and you place the numbers like that. So I always know 5 and 7 have been played by the opponent, so it still has 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. So I know which cards are still in their hand. And so that was that. And now we resolve the heist. The highest number will get the reward. Well, it's only me here. The bounty hunter actually gets like the reward. This does not count because, well, there is no outlaw with 3 stars there anymore. So I will just get the loot here. And now, because I haven't been put in the doctor's office, I will go to the saloon. And that is how like that works. And we'll just continue like that. For example, the canyons here, I would not be able to play a card with a rank of 3. So the opponent knows I can't play 6 and 7. 1 and 4 I've already played. So the opponent can just take a look here and see like, oh, okay, I only have like 2, 3, and 5 left. And that helps the opponent know what I can play, right? And that is how the game continues. Like whenever you play the no-show card, as I said, you will take all the cards here in the saloon, or for the outlaw in the hideout, back to your hand, excluding the no-show card. And the no-show card can never be like targeted or win a heist or whatever, right? This is just not a character. But when I play this, that means that the heist is still active, right? And if the other player plays any card, they will win the heist, no matter what, right? Because I don't participate in the heist this time. And that's pretty much how you play the game. You continue this game until all heists have been resolved, like this, for example. Let's just say, like, the last heist card now goes to my pile. And we also like have gotten a few loot cards in between. And what we would then do at the end of the game is we would just count all our loot. So for example, in my case, I would like these with the coins here, right? These are just the regular loot cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 16, 18, 21, 22, 23. So I would have 23 points and my opponent would have something else, let's say 22 points. Then I would win the game, and that is it. So I hope I was able to display you how the game works as well as I can. I'm quite sure that I have covered all the rules. There might be some minor rules that I haven't covered yet, but you can just read up on them probably on the Kickstarter page and also in the rules booklet, which is like a small booklet you can like fold out like this here, right? And one cool thing is that you also have like these heist effects explained here, right? So each of these heists actually has like an explanation in the rule book, right? So for example, here the fort, and you can just check the fort is right there. All right. And you can just read up on that in case you don't understand this here. Yeah. And that is how you play High Noon Heist. But before we end the video, of course, let me like dive into my impressions of this game. This 2-player card game with a pretty cool theme, actually. So first of all, let's talk about that. The theme works well, and the art style is pretty nice as well. It complements it quite nicely. The game does bear some similarities to Libertalia in terms of gameplay, but of course in a much more compact form. What I mean is like we have both the same characters, we both play a character, and then we like resolve like the characters, but we will not get like these loot tokens, and we don't have dusk abilities and all of that stuff. It's a much more condensed form. We will just get that heist card, but it does kind of have resembles that game in just like the gameplay form, in just a very minor format. I like that. One aspect I particularly enjoy is the asymmetry between the outlaws and the law. The distinct characteristics really add depth to the gameplay, a feature I really appreciate, because these are actually different. They're kind of, like, some of them are similar, but they are different, and I really enjoy that quite a bit. However, I do have some reservations regarding the balance of this game. The outlaws seem slightly stronger than the law, especially considering that they win ties. I haven't observed any counterbalance for the law to level the playing field, but perhaps this is just my perception. Yes, of course, we do have different abilities here on the cards of the law, but I haven't found them to be particularly stronger, to be honest. But maybe, as I said, that's just me. I find the extra rewards on cards to be an interesting mechanism. They really allow opponents to anticipate potential moves, but clever players can use this to their advantage by disregarding the expected rewards. That's what I showed you in the first rounds, right? That I kind of mock played here. This adds a layer of strategy, especially since you have full knowledge of your opponent's cards. That is a really cool touch. I haven't really seen that anywhere before, and I think that is pretty good. On the downside, this can also lead to analysis paralysis, because you might anticipate your opponent's move, but you know that they know that you anticipate their moves and they will anticipate something else, and it can really become a mind game here that might not be the perfect fit for players suffering from analysis paralysis. This is worth noting for players who prefer faster paced games. So High Noon Heist is undeniably a game of mind games. If you do enjoy that aspect, this game could be right up your alley. However, if you prefer games with less psychological maneuvering, so to speak, it might not be your cup of tea. I don't like mind games in games too much, but I enjoy this game. I like this quite a bit. It's a quick and fast game. It's really portable, and you can just put this in your jacket, in your pocket, whatever. Take this with you, have a quick game of 15 to 20 minutes, and it's just really nice for that. And it works really well. Honestly, I was actually surprised by how well this game actually works. Overall, High Noon Heist boasts a solid design, and I recommend giving it a try, at least to see if it aligns with your preferences. As usual, I will put the link to the Kickstarter in the description of this video. so you can check out the campaign yourself. I really suggest you do. Alright, and that concludes my little showcase of High Noon Heist, that Western-themed two-player card game, which I really enjoyed much more than I expected it to. So thank you very much to the designer for providing me with a physical review copy. I always appreciate that. Well, thank you so much for watching and sticking to the very end. I hope you enjoyed this video. As usual, I'm thankful for all of you. I especially want to give a shout out to my generous patrons, and the biggest thanks go out to Thagno, who's the most generous supporter at the highest tier. Thank you so much for that. You can support me in numerous ways. You can watch my videos, you can like them, comment below them, you can even subscribe to my channel if you enjoy my content enough, which would be amazing. You can also support me on Patreon, and you can join my Discord server to hang out with me and my truly, truly great community. Alright, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the very next video. Take care everyone, stay safe, and cheers.